So we are passing a mic round now from this side of the room. Basically, we're trying to meet everybody, understand who everyone is, what they do, what their interests are. But before I meet everybody, my name is Daniel. I lead the marketing team at Rank. It's a very interesting job. I can't say more. I don't want. My HR is here, so I can't say more. We're passing a mic from this side of the room just to meet people again. So tell us your name, basically what you do, particularly what you do, where you do what you do, and basically interesting things that you maybe have done with design, some of your interesting works, basically. Right after that, we'll be having Jordan give us a short keynote session before we go to our panel. But it's nice to see some of you in the room. Well done, my boss. So the mic, right, from this room.
My name?
Yes, your name, what you do, and where you do what you do. Are you a freelancer or where do you work? And some of the interesting things, some of your interesting work.
All right. My name is Ola. Ola. I'm a design lead at a branding and marketing agency.
Interesting.
Not freelancing, in-house designer. Everything about me is interesting.
Everything about you is interesting. Lovely. Nice to meet you, Ola.
Yeah, thank you.
You can pass that mic. Hi.
Hi, my name is Olamide. I'm studying architecture, master's in architecture. I'm an intern designer at Daily Studio.
Wait. I have more questions for you.
Okay.
So what are you looking forward to today particularly? Like what would be something that when you get home, you feel like you've taken out a lot?
I'm looking forward to the talk by Solomon today.
Solomon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
We're all looking forward.
Hello, everyone. My name is Omolola. I mean, I do a lot, but I actually do try my best as well.
Tell us the lot now. Tell us, what do you do?
Everything I do is based here in Lagos, and why I'm here is to listen to the talk, and support Solomon. Yeah.
Oh. Solomon, you have fans, though?
I'm not the birthday boy.
I'm a fan.
My name is Solomon. I'm currently a writer.
You're a writer?
Yeah, research.
Solomon,
writing.
me and you know that. Okay, but go on.
Yeah, interesting. I don't like food.
You don't like food?
Yeah.
I need that talent. I'm supposed to be on a calorie deficit, but I've eaten jollof rice this morning.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mena, Orezi Mena. What I do, I am an author, and I also, I'm currently curating a space called The Playground, which is pretty much a place where people come and, like adults come, and they can express themselves freely like children. I think that's pretty much how I would like to introduce myself today.
So adults can come to express themselves like children?
Yeah. We did the pilot event last month.
When is the next event?
The next event is next month, but it's really intimate. It's just 20 people, and I have them already.
No, we have to remove somebody from...
Some other time. I mean, would...
I need to cry. I need to express myself as a child. I need to cry.
Maybe I can find a space for you, yeah,
Please.
pretty much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're passing the mic this way. Yes, tell us.
Hi, everyone. My name is Toby, but my friends call me T.
Hi, T.
Hi.
Not coffee. But go on.
Yeah, I'm a freelancer, and I came to support a friend, and I also came for the food. I mean, there's going to be food, right?
I'm sorry to disappoint you. Yes, good food, actually.
Hi, everyone.
Wait, who gave you our merch?
Was
stand up, let's see.
By me.
You people should stop clapping, please. Joseph should not see this. We just did this merch. You have done your style. This is not what we produced. But go on.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Adiramola, and I work in marketing for a fintech.
Where do you work?
I work in number,
Number.
yeah, as a growth marketer. Why am I here? I'm here for my best friend.
She just casted me. That's my friend. Thank you. You can sit down.
Sorry, best friend number 2. This is best friend number 1.
Mess up. Don't worry. Give her. You're next. You're next.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa. I'm a growth marketer in philanthropy by day. At night, I'm building my campaign production studio, Koi Lolly. Thank you.
Interesting. Wait. What does your studio do?
Oh, it's a branding and campaign production studio. It's called Koi Lolly.
Oh, nice.
Koi Lolly. I'm Ishakiri, so it basically means to build.
Oh,
Hello everyone, my name is Balaon. I'm a product designer. I currently work for a pharmaceutical firm. Yeah.
I've told a few people that if you work in marketing, one of your biggest up will be designers, right? Like me now as a growth person, personally. If you check my Twitter and you search for I hate designers, I don't know how many times you see it. So it's lovely that my ops are in this room. And I'm going to blow it up. All gone. But I'm joking, please. Okay, let's hear you and what you do.
Hi everyone. I am Daniel Benson. I am a brand designer at Shotless.
Wait. At Shotless, this is why we're asking people. Please, we need like free Shotless
merch, eh?
Yes, when we are going. It's not even merch. I need like 1 month free sub or something. What can you do for us?
We can reach out to them.
Don't worry. Without the mic, we'll talk. I've marked your face.
Yeah. What I gained from here today, basically to just enter the minds of our guest speakers.
Yeah. Jordan will be coming up very soon. Right after this, we'll start from there. We have basically you've seen it. We have interesting speakers today. Yeah.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Luke. I'm a brand designer, and it's nice to be here.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to be here.
Yeah.
You don't want to tell us anything else? Something interesting about you or what you do or what you look to take out today?
I mean, I'm here to learn as much as possible. I mean, that's the goal. But that's as far as I can see right now.
Nice. Interesting.
Yes, my name is Richard. I am a designer. Yes.
These designers are proud. You see why I hate you guys? See everybody. Talk.
Yeah,
Where do you work?
I'm a designer. That's all.
That's all?
Yes.
It's fine. Give him.
All right, hi. I'm Orushemi-san, designs lead at Sporting Lagos.
Oh, interesting.
What I do for fun, I game dev, yeah, so.
You?
Game dev. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Increase Ndubisi, and I'm a brand designer. I don't know. There's nothing interesting.
Brand design.
Hi everyone, my name is Ace, brand and motion designer. I largely freelance and I also work for Korea Mobility. I mean, I'm just basically here to see good work on display. Joseph is my guy, my day one, and I'm really proud of what he's been doing.
Interesting. Nice to meet you.
Hi everyone, I'm Ore. I'm a production designer, freelance. I am here to see particularly Jordan.
Production designer.
Yeah, sets, furniture, spatial
interesting.
Experience.
Where's our production designer? I saw him somewhere here. Where is he? I need to threaten him in case he does anyhow. Somebody will take his job. I'll find him. But you can pass the mic.
Alright. Hi everyone. My name is Deborah. I'm a student and then I'm here to just have fun and talk with people.
Oh, nice.
All right. Hi everyone. I'm Samuel, and I'm a designer. I run a studio of my own, you know. And,
A design studio?
Yes. So it's called 8 Studio, as in number 8, but spelled differently. Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you, Samuel.
Hello, everybody. My name is Shorunke Alamin. I'm a designer and a creative director. I design, Sha.
You design, Sha.
Like, yeah.
And that's fine too. You can pass the mic.
Hi everyone, my name is Omar. I'm a brand designer and basically I'm here to learn the creative processes behind everything, every magic that the speakers are going to be speaking that they do basically.
Interesting. Looking for magic.
Hello everyone, I'm Samson. I'm a graphic and brand designer, though currently transitioning into product design. Basically because I want to work on more systemic end-to-end design problems rather than visuals, basically. Yeah.
Interesting. My boss.
Hi everyone, my name is Joshua. I'm a photographer.
Hi everyone, my name is Stereotypes. I am a product designer, your ops, and I am also a brand designer. And I have a fashion company that produces like very, very baggy pants, palazzo pants, and I have a creative agency, Crivity, that makes framer sites for like clients and stuff. So yeah.
Well, that's a lot of things. Do you want to tell us where you do your product design? Where do you work? Are you a freelancer?
Yeah, I do product design with Contra. It's a company, one company like that, and then I do.
God, I'm big.
I do product design with. Okay, my HR is not here. I do product design with Sunfire as well. That's an energy solution here in Nigeria. So, yeah.
Hi, my name is Joshua.
Hi, Joshua.
I'm a Kabelungs.
Oh, Joshua, wait, give him the mic. You did Corporate Olympics design.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting stuff. I saw it. Loved it.
Hi everyone, my name is
No,
Fawaz.
clap.
I'm a brand designer. I work at Episodex.
Shodex.
Episodex.
Oh, okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Oluwaseyi and I am a brand designer. I freelance currently and also I work in marketing and communications for a tech lab.
You guys have started disguising. So from this, after these first 2 rows, you people have been hiding things about yourself. Because Joshua could have told us you did Corporate Olympics. And I'm sure there's, you people are hiding. You people should tell us stuff. Let's know who to respect and who can help me. Please.
Hello everyone, I'm Paul Kelly. I'm a brand designer and I'm running my own studio called Glean. And I'm a big Arsenal fan.
I beg. Let's.
Hey guys,
Serious people.
I'm Jafet. I'm a brand and type designer, and I know my team is going to win the Champions League tomorrow.
Please, if you're an Arsenal fan here, go home. We don't need Arsenal fan, go home.
Hi guys.
Wait, are you an Arsenal fan?
No.
Good. I'll start asking now. Arsenal fans, don't give them the mic. But go on.
Hi everyone. I'm Peter Oluwo and my creative superpower, I reference a lot.
You reference a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Peter.
Hi everyone, my name is Olatipupo Ayola and I'm a design engineer at Pharmacy Limited. I guess one fun thing is I used to play video games a lot, so nowadays I go paintballing to feel like I'm in that immersive world. And I'm also building Mock House, which is a service that offers mock-up systems for digital creatives to present their work in the best light.
Oh, interesting. Wait, okay, you know what, I'll keep this question for later. I was going to ask you questions about AI and what you do, but I know it will come up in all the conversations, so let's keep it in the pocket. Hi, tell us your name. Yes, can see your face now.
Hi everyone.
Wait, are you an Arsenal fan?
Nope.
Okay, go on.
My name is Aisha. I'm a brand designer. I'm here because I'm very curious About the rebrand by rank, so I'm here to say thank you.
You're curious about our rebrand. Don't worry, you will hear interesting stories. I'll leave it to Joseph. Many things happened. We fought, we didn't fight, we had different ideas, but at the end of the day, lovely stuff. Let's hear from you.
Hi everyone, my name is Faith and I'm a brand designer. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Faith.
Hi everyone, I'm Rokibat Abdul Wahab. I'm a brand designer and illustrator. Yeah, that's it.
Well, hold on, are you a freelancer? Where do you work? Something interesting about you. Also, did you come with salamit by chance? Or do you still have in your freezer? And are you on the island?
No, I did not come with salamit.
Do you live on the island? Like 5 minutes distance from here?
I freelance and I also work full time. I'm also a student. Something interesting about myself. I have a lot of interesting things about me. But I really love crocheting and I make bags from my crochet works.
Lovely. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Good afternoon. Good evening. I'm Tech, T-E-K.
Tech?
Yes, T-E-K. I work with a data intelligence company.
Of course now. You don't need to tell me. Tech, T-E-K. Where else do you work? Tech bro.
Yeah. Something interesting. I would say I do play a lot of video games. And I would say I'm self-acclaimed top 5 Mortal Kombat player in Nigeria.
Are you hearing? Call him, tap him for me. He says he's top 5 Mortal Kombat player in Nigeria.
Yes.
Do you play Mortal Kombat? There's one more video game player around there. I need somebody to
No.
We have PS5 in the office. It's just here.
You challenge me, you die.
Connect it to this. You will show you.
You challenge me, you die.
Okay.
Sorry. Hi.
Hi.
Hi everyone. My name is Sheye. I'm a brand designer and a product designer.
Sheye, brand designer where?
1123.
1123. What's 1123?
It's a creative design agency. It's a baby startup. It's a new agency.
Baby startup. Who knows? Maybe we have collected $2 million funding. They say baby startup. Please.
So that's my side gig. My main job is Tech's Mortal Kombat manager. So if you're sure for you, just reach out.
I've never met a designer that works in one place. You see my problem with you people?
No, we have to work.
Where's my design? Campaign is starting tomorrow. I'm coming. I need to finish. Meanwhile, you're working for another company.
You get it. I don't have lights.
You don't have lights.
Hi everyone, my name is Lekon. I'm a visual designer and I currently work in the healthcare and multimedia space. Why am I here? I want to escape traffic.
So you came to wait.
Hi everyone, my name is Timilei. I'm a design manager at Hugo. Also like a fine artist. So I paint in my free time too. Yeah.
Lovely. Interesting stuff. Please, wait, hold on. He's on a call. Don't worry, we'll come back. Go on. Please, hold on. Everybody, my CEO just walked in. Right? So let's clap for him. So this clap is for a salary increase. Please, clap better, please. The coolest CEO. Anywhere, take it to the bank. I can brag about it. Please give him the mic. I want to ask him a question. Okay. Femi, please confirm that this clap will increase my salary. Please, just confirm. Yes or no? Remember, I called you the coolest CEO.
No, you are just whining me.
No, coolest. I'm serious.
You are just whining me.
Please, let's clap one more time.
I'll think about it.
No, don't think about it. Let's just know now.
I'll be your DM.
Yeah. It's fine. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Leonard. I'm a product designer, and I currently freelance.
Nice to meet you, Leonard. Tell us your name and tell us about you. Yeah.
Olutoyeshe is my name, and I'm a 3D motion designer. I currently freelance. And,
Okay.
Something interesting, I'm a diehard Formula One fan, so.
Diehard Formula One fan. We might have something for you. It's called Rank Ultra, but I'll tell you all about it later. You can pass the mic to the back, don't worry. My CEO will tell me he's thinking about it. I don't want to hear what he wants to say. I'll say, says yes.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kamba. I'm a brand designer freelancing. An interesting project I have is something called History X Design, where I spotlight different stories and people from Nigeria's history. So you can check it out on Instagram.
Hold on. You spotlight different stories from Nigerian history.
Yeah, stories, people, things that have happened that made Nigeria where it is now.
Oh, what's your Instagram again?
History X Design.
Oh, I will check it out because particularly I like history, even though some people think it's boring, but I will check it out. You can pass the mic. Nice to meet you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elisha. I'm a brand designer, creative director. I work in various companies, and I'm also building an academy to teach design every day. So that's what I do. And one fun thing about me is that I play games a lot. I play CODM a lot.
I'm beginning to see a pattern. Designers and gaming. Could this be why my designs take time? Our designers, where is Joseph? He needs to explain. But go on.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Itunu. I'm a content creator pretty much in the beauty and fashion space. I love marketing and comms. And something interesting about me is that I'm a doctor in training at the College of Medicine, University of Lagos. And I'm also the public relations officer, so yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'll pretend like I don't know you, like I know my G.
Hi everyone, my name is Abisola. I'm the Senior Executive Assistant to Rank CEO. Something interesting about me, I enjoy coloring and I like looking at beautiful things.
Oh, it explains your colors.
Hi everyone, my name is Sharon. I'm a UI UX designer. And fun fact about me, I speak a little German language.
Hi everyone, my name is Fortune, but my friends call me EXO. I'm a UX designer. Fun fact about me, I recently discovered that I'm smart, sir.
Wait, you recently discovered that you are smart. If you are smart, will you just recently discover
No,
it?
I didn't realize it before, you know.
You didn't realize, but you are smart. Come on. If you are smart, will you just be realizing it?
So
that really
I
smart?
I graduated very recently, and you know, I just really didn't realize that graduating with like number 3 in my faculty was like a big deal. So, but like, yeah, I'm just
Interesting. It's the pride for me, but interesting.
Hi everyone, my name is Abiola. I'm a freelance visual designer. I'm here because of Jordan. I think what the Bellowood Studio does is really cool, especially for design in Nigeria. Fun fact about me, I write poetry.
Oh, interesting. A designer that is a writer.
Yeah. I also play games. The Finals is the best FPS in the world.
Hi everyone, I'm James. I'm a product designer. I work with engineering and procurement teams. I'm here because I'm looking forward to the conversations. And something interesting about me is I enjoy golfing a lot.
You enjoy?
Golfing a lot.
You enjoy golfing a lot. Interesting. We have a golf tournament tomorrow, by the way, sponsored by Rank. But again, we'll get there. But nice to meet you.
Hi everyone. My name is Dubim Okonkwo. I'm a product designer. I work full-time for a parastatal.
A parastatal. You don't want to say the name? You
I don't think they are not popular, so people will not really know the name. But yeah, something interesting about me. I like to question everything, because I like to find the why behind people's decisions. So yeah, first principles designer.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Hi everyone, I'm David Moses, and I do whatever it takes. I handle partnerships for Nigeria Blockchain Week. I'm starting a flat art band that does this from scratch. And I run a network we're a network of individuals shaping event culture and building meaningful experiences. So yeah, fun fact about me, I attend a lot of events.
You attend a lot of
A
events.
lot of events. This is like my 40th one this year.
This is your 40th one this year.
Yeah.
I love it. Wait, I need to ask him questions. With your voice, are you related to Okwemi?
Say that again?
Do you know Okwemi Famaki?
Yeah, I do.
You know him?
Yeah.
Are you related to him?
Nah.
People have the same voice. I think you'll be a good voiceover artist, though.
Being the gig, I'll take it.
No, you will not use rank to start. Come.
So hi, my name is Temidayo. I'm a creative strategist. I lead strategy at a PR and comms firm.
Oh, nice.
I think that's all right.
Wait, do you hate designers too?
What do you say?
Do you hate designers? Let's bond on something.
Oh, no. I started with
Give
design.
him the mic, give him the mic.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John. I'm the marketing manager for an AI startup called Swift Agent, where we basically do AI customer service chatbots. And I'm also the founder of Johnny Vintage, a brand trying to shift the way people see vintage. Instead of the regular okrika, we're trying to make it kind of luxurious. So
All this English for expensive thrift. People will make thrift expensive.
Interesting thing about me, no matter the level I am, I always go to level 0 just to learn something, as long as it will benefit me.
Oh, interesting.
Thank you.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
My name is Shei. I'm a bit of a generalist, but I consider myself a brand designer and creative director. I'm currently working on rollout for a music album, and one interesting thing about me is that sometimes I write flash fiction.
Oh, flat fiction.
Flash fiction, like
Wait, what
shorter
does-
than short stories.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Hi. Hey, Jesus. Hi, everyone. I'm Obashola. I'm a designer at Chowdeck. I have a music album. Yeah, no one knows about it.
You have
but
a
yeah.
music album. I didn't know about it though.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, it's interesting. We will play it.
Hi everyone, my name is Mistura and I own a leather brand called Clichés.
I didn't hear you.
Hi everyone, my name is Mistura.
Hi,
I
Mistura.
own a leather brand called Clichés.
You own
A leather brand called Clichés.
called
Clichés.
Clank.
Clichés.
Spell it.
CLAIC.
CLAIC. Oh, that's interesting. Clank.
Hi everyone, Oluwasegun is the name. I design for a supermarket.
You design for a supermarket.
Yeah.
Which supermarket?
Just right.
Just Right. So you design for Just Right.
Yeah.
By chance, this is allowed. Do you have voucher for us that we
I
can
can't
use to
check.
shop?
I can check. So interesting thing about me, any food I find interesting and I don't know how to cook, I watch YouTube.
My guy, I do that too. See my boss. I met him today. Oh, that's my G.
Hello, everyone. Respond now. Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Kinde David. I'm the most booked comedian in Nigeria. And I also design on Canva.
See, they will beat you.
I hope that counts. Yeah, designer is designer, yeah.
Designer is designer. You will soon collect blow. You will not know who punched you.
Hello everyone. My name is Ametu. I'm a visual identity designer. Fun fact, okay, I enjoy dancing, but only when I'm alone or when I'm walking.
Wait, we can all close our eyes for you right now.
No.
We'll close our eyes.
I'm not alone. Or while I'm walking, that's when I like
We'll
dancing.
just look fast.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
What if it's 5 seconds?
Don't worry.
Just
don't
10
worry.
steps.
I'll pass. Thank you. Oh yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan. I'm a brand designer.
We know. Go on, tell us.
Something interesting about me. There's absolutely nobody here that's a bigger fan of Joseph than I am.
It's a lie. We'll fight on that. Even my CEO self is a fan. Not bigger than you. We'll fight. Don't worry.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kanayo. I am a designer. Fun fact about me, I fight professionally.
Professionally.
Yeah.
No way, I will not say what I want to say. Sorry, sir.
Why am I here?
Exactly.
To see what Joseph cooked for everybody.
By chance, can I book you to beat somebody for me?
We can talk about that later.
Okay, good. There are some designers I need to beat. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Ifeoluwa. I'm a brand designer. And
where do you work?
Oh, I'm unemployed.
So, okay.
So, one fun fact. Eating stresses me. Yeah. Eating stresses me.
Eating stresses you?
Yeah.
Ha. Don't worry, we don't need to dig into that. I'll let it be.
Hi everyone, my name is Yemi. I'm a product designer and creative director. Fun fact about me, I like to draw. Yeah.
You like to draw? Hold on, did you draw a face when you came in?
Nah.
Well, we have a coffee soft break later on. You will have to draw for us. I will come and meet you personally.
Hello, everyone.
Wait, my content team. People don't introduce. People who stress me out. Give them the mic. Let them introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer. Nice to meet you, everybody.
Don't worry, leave them. You can continue.
Hello, everyone. My name is Uche. I'm a freelance UI designer, and I'm also a diehard Man United fan.
Hi, everyone.
Right now, I hate Man U fans lesser than I hate Arsenal fans. So it passes. As a Chelsea fan, I hate Arsenal more right now. So it's fine.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Timi Salam. I do many things.
Of course.
I'm here because I'm a product designer. And fun fact about me, Bruno Fernandes is my daddy.
Bruno Fernandes is your daddy?
Yeah.
With your baby?
Don't worry about it.
Dark Lord. Wait, fun fact, everybody, that's Armstrong. We used to work together at Moni.
Hi, everyone. Daniel has gave it all away, but I'm basically a simple designer.
It's a lie, Dark Lord. You're not a simple designer. See, these are the part of people that used to delay my designs. Please, fighter, can I book you again to beat somebody? Not, we'll talk. Go on.
Yeah, I'm a simple designer, just focused on helping brands evolve through functional design structure. I love rock. That's the most interesting part about me. I love.
Yeah, I can confirm that one.
Hi guys, my name is Bankolu Otobi, founder of Notesphere. It's a digital magazine that spotlights creatives.
Oh.
And an interesting fact about me, I love running.
Welcome. We've been looking for you.
Hi guys, my name is Okay Emmanuel. I'm the co-founder of Notesphere, and one fun fact about me, man, I like women.
You like women? Love it.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Love it. Okay. Anybody? Is there anybody we haven't met?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Femi George, and I'm a drummer.
I'm a pianist too. Nice to meet you. But I always advise all the women to stay away from drummers.
Why now?
We both know why. But go on.
Yeah, so is that all? That's it.
That's all? Oh yeah, you can pass our mic. Don't worry. Thank you. Before you turn into drumstick.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Goodness. I'm a developer. And a fun fact about me is I'm an upcoming rapper. For like 7 years now, I've been upcoming.
7 years upcoming rapper. And continue. One day, we can play beats for you, Sha. When we are on break. We're waiting for you. Hello.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
I'm Papi Francis, cultural manager. I don't think I have a fun fact.
Wait, culture manager where?
Private studio, Angels and Muse.
Okay, thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, tell us. Tell us your name.
Okay. Hi. Good
What you
evening,
do.
everyone.
Something interesting about you.
Okay, my name is Victoria, but you can call me Key. I am a communications manager. Fun fact about me. I love to explore. Yeah.
Dora the Explorer.
Hi, everyone.
That guy said this is his 40th event this year. This is your 42nd. All the events this year I've gone, I've seen you.
My name is Gerard. I'm a social media manager and a graphic designer. Fun fact about me. I think I dance better in my head than physically.
We're on that table.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Good evening. I know everybody will look back. My name is Deji. I'm a product designer. Fun fact about me, well, not really a fun fact, but I love watching movies. I love watching TV shows, and I hope to make movies someday. I have some ideas for some movies, so I hope that one day I'll take myself to film school and make some movies. So yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Anthony. I'm a PM. Fun fact about me, I think I can't sleep without noise, so I prefer white music to sleep.
My boss, Ephraim. Let's go.
Hi,
Tell us.
everyone. Ephraim here. I am an offline marketing strategist and a project manager. Also, errand boy for Africa Tech Journal. Fun fact about me, I am your current EPL champion.
Your current what?
Your EPL champion.
Who gave us now for a mic now? That's right. Waiting be this. Okay, we just have a few people left.
Hi everyone, my name is Abdullah. I'm a product designer. Fun fact about me, I love cooking, which I own a food brand also.
Nice to meet you.
Hello everyone, my name is Razo. Fun fact about me, I'm a chronic Man U fan.
Lesser evil. I don't mind.
Hi everyone, my name is Ayemide. Fun fact about me, I like to cook.
Wait, I didn't hear anything. No.
My name is Ayemide. Fun fact about me, I like to cook.
Yeah, hello everyone, my name is Moyo Abiodun. I'm a designer, and fun fact about me, I play the church organ.
Oh, interesting. Church organ. Ha. Is in CSC?
Anglican.
Potato. Oh, nice to meet everyone. I think we've met a couple of interesting people today. So quickly, we'll be welcoming Jordan for a very short and interesting session. Let's put our hands together. As we have Jordan come and save me.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan. First of all, I want to say a very big thank you to the guys at Rank, and especially Mr. Femi for putting this together, and also Joseph for inviting me. I have about 10 minutes, and there's something I really want to speak about. And it is actually some of the things I've learned from working with Joseph. And the reason is this is important for me is because many times I'm Joseph's unofficial manager, and this is because I try as much as possible to say, Joseph, put your work out there, let people know that you are this person. But Joseph is always trying as much as possible to be away from the limelight. I mean, we got here since 5, and nobody has seen Joseph until now. So there are a lot of things that I know people can learn from Joseph if only he had the opportunity to talk about it. But he has chosen to decide not to do that, and so I'm going to be doing it unofficially for the rest of my time. So the very first thing that I remember is absolute resilience. And something I know that Joseph has, and I know that this is the reason why the collaboration with the Rank team is super successful, is if you believe very strongly in the work that you do, you would continue to try as much as possible to convince others. So if you think about it like the way, if you believe that the gospel is correct and the gospel is true, you will try as much as possible to let other people know. And so it's that same mindset that I've seen time and time again where we're having conversations about something, and I believe in an idea that we've worked together on, but I believe it enough only because I'm a designer. But there is this mentality that Joseph would have that would push whatever it is forward to the point where I don't just believe it, someone else believes it, and they buy into it as much as he does. And that's a very fascinating element to have, because when you have it, you would always be able to do very, very good work. The second thing is your work is important, and so choose only people that think the same. And this particular sentence is majorly the reason why I decided or I agreed to be here. When Joseph told me about Rank, of course, like we talk about like fintechs every time and time again, and there's always I'm working on this project, this person is cool. But Joseph told me something, and he said that I just met these people, and they almost, the word he used was like, they almost worship design. And when I heard that, I mean, I've worked with a lot of clients, I've worked with a lot of startup founders. But when Joseph, because like we're always having situations where like you present to the client likes it, but they don't like it enough to really go the last mile. Like when I saw the merchandise, if you check my Twitter, I've posted about Rank more than even people that are actually at Rank. And it's because I saw the work and I know how far, like how long it takes, like the conversations you have to have, like going to China, coming back, having conversations, you have to print this. I know how much effort is required. And so when you see that someone really likes the work that you're doing to the point where they're able to spend and expend time and effort, I feel like it's an absolute brilliant relationship. And so, again, please put your hands together for the guys at Rank, because it is nowhere near as easy as it looks, which brings me to my second topic, which is the work is quintessentially harder than it looks. And anybody that has worked in design, and if you've worked only in digital, I would say that you're very lucky. And you're lucky because you can make iterations even up until the last minute. You can keep changing things. But when your work moves from digital to actual tactile objects, things you can feel and touch, or like there's a billboard you have to print, you realize that the ability to continue to finesse suddenly removes itself, because that minute the printer said you need 15 days to work on it. You cannot like keep making those changes. And so everything that you're seeing here and everything that Joseph and his team are going to present, I'm letting you know that it's extremely difficult. And I know this because I've done a little bit of the kind of work that they've done. So I'm really proud of the work that they've done. I'm bedazzled by the work and also the opportunity to really speak. Personally, I have questions for you, sir, because when we have the final stage, I'm going to ask you, because like it's incredibly difficult to find people that say they care about design and also show that they care about design. So please, for the last time, put your hands together for the Rank team. Thank you very much.
Right now would be having our first panel session. All my team to come and set us up as we start to introduce some of our interesting speakers, to go over some of the interesting things that we have. We're starting with a discussion basically of how design. I remember a couple of weeks back, they were dragging my ex-company number and how their websites, something. And then I went to go and fight because I hate designers. I didn't care about it, but I just went to fight designers. But we kind of want to discuss how design basically affects and impacts reputation, affects how people receive a brand, and even how it affects growth generally. Because one of my biggest strategies as a growth marketer generally is it's always cheaper when you allow your customers come to you than to go to your customers. And it's a law that I totally operate by everywhere, every time, that has proven to work over the years. And the biggest attraction, right? One way that you can control the narrative as a brand is with your presentation, is with your identity, basically. And identity is hugely based on a lot of things, right? We know identity is not just a logo. But our identity as a brand and is fully based on, how you are able to interpret what you make, how you make people feel. And this is how you sort of, attract people to the brand they stop and they look, and it's cheaper to acquire that way, right? That's a working principle, and it's sort of part of the discussions that we'll be having now. But here, so we are going to be calling on our speakers. Let's first put a round of applause again for Jordan as he comes back to the stage that he just left. Secondly, let's clap again, this time for Joseph, our creative director. He has been hiding, but this is what it looks like. Sure, you remove your cap, let them see you very well. Let's also clap for Obashola. The convener of Design is Not Dead, as he comes on stage. Finally, please, let's make this clap the loudest again, because of my salary. Please, loudest. Let's clap for my CEO. It's not loud enough now. Please, guys. Please. Please. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I'll be handing over to Jordan and the rest of the team.
Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause again for the very wonderful people here. So my very, very first question, which is a follow-up from my short rant, and is to you, Mr. Femi. And so, considering how much effort, time, and money has been put into the identity and like the work for Rank, the very first question is, what convinced you that design was worth spending this amount of money, amount of time, amount of effort, and how do you justify this both to maybe investors, or how do you justify it to other stakeholders that may or may not be very versed in what design really is and its impact?
Thank you, everyone, for coming to spend your evening with us at Rank. We appreciate you. Can you celebrate yourself? And also, Jordan, I'm a big fan. And one thing I would want to say about Jordan and the team is, I'm a designer myself. Design fed me for years. Worked on Tony Lulu Foundation Identity with Timikola Ole Owando, right? And looking at that, often when I talk to our designers, I'll tell them, I can't put a price to your work. You can't put a price to it. So, Jordan, fantastic work that you're grooming contemporary modern designers that are not carried away with the hype. So, well done. Obashola is my guy, and he knows what I'm saying. We both studied geophysics together at the same department, and if you know what that means, is insane. So, to the question, I think the foundation is around the fact that I'm a designer myself. I've been designing for years. So, in reality, when we're going to think about the Rank identity, right? Rank has actually been around for like 4 or 5 years prior to the rebrand, right? And one thing that was important to us then was to have clarity. That was the first thing. Because in reality, you can bring a designer into chaos. So you make his life very difficult, right? So for me, for long, we were just focused on building the business, and we're not so much putting ourselves out there. We just wanted to be sure we're ready. And when we're ready, we were clear that we want to go all out. But for me, the first thing is, who is going to tell the story? And scouting everywhere. I actually spoke to Obashola. This guy, he dragged me. But then it was good talking to Obashola. I learned a lot from him. Now, eventually, I spoke to Joseph. And the day I called Joseph, I was shocked he picked my call. Because designers, I respect you, but you guys you're big. You are very big. So eventually, I had the chat with Joseph, and for me, when I was going to talk to him, I was clear about the story as well that I'm not bringing you into another fintech that we're selling airtime. No. And you can talk about it, right? Because in reality, we've been building for some time, and deliberately, identity is very important to everything we want to do. We don't want to sound like any other startup. We don't want to feel like any other startup. And for us to do that, it has to come from me. It has to be deliberate. That means when I'm clear, I have to be able to convince someone like Joseph, right? So first is talking to Joseph, being able to sell the vision to him. Joseph is extremely humble. He's too humble. Let's clap for him. Because by the time I spoke to him, and it was more like, okay, how do we move forward with this, right? And the first thing is, after I've spoken to him and we have the clarity, that was the first thing, and sharing the vision, right? The next part is being able to now quantify, I brought this guy to this system. How do I make sure that his work flourishes? Because a lot of founders actually kill designers. Often, a lot of designers, they don't want to work with founders. And the reason is simple. I work on a lot of direction, assets, and at the end of the day, it's buried. See, we need to dig up the graves of designs that never see the... We need to dig it. And it's very painful for a creative, because for me, I know what it means. So, when Joseph was coming on board, the first thing is I need to manage stakeholders, because at Rank, we have a culture of accountability, right? Joseph can talk about it. Okay, I'll give you an instance. We don't just spend. Often, sometimes I have to use my money to fund it, because I want to achieve my results. So, first is being able to fund and get the minimum viable product. Then, the next thing is I need to convince the other stakeholders. Now, the other stakeholders are more like the business guys. And in reality, when we did that, and Joseph really helped me, because I'll tell him, guy, this is how we need to manage it. This is how you talk to this person. This is the person you need to get close to. You need to talk. So, after we've done that, when the stakeholders started seeing the output, they're not thinking about the spend again. They bought into it. And really, for me, as a founder, I created a culture where design is at the center of everything. I own it. I tell the team something. Don't put out anything that I'm not proud to put my name on. And everybody's clear that you can't put out any design. Joseph has to approve it. So, we're so keen about the fact that the way we show up is very important, right? Such that over time, we now have the business team, such that they now care about design so much. I'll give you an instance. Our head of operations, we worked on, do you remember that company profile we worked on? It was the head of operations that was saying, this does not look like us. So by default, we've been able to build a culture where everybody actually care about design, like by default. So in a way, it's not about the spend alone, because you can't really put a price to creative. Mine is around the fact that you're able to protect the designer, you're able to bring their work out, you're actually able to create a culture that helps the company thrive when it comes to design, basically.
All right, thank you so much. Please put your hands together for him. Okay, so my next question is for Joseph. And it's mostly around the fact that we've had this conversation internally many times where to do one design, like to do branding for a company is relatively easy in terms of like you can think about it, execute it, but like there's always a problem, which is what as you rank appended to solve by really entertaining continuity, where the manual out there guys are 2 weeks later, you're like,
I mean, I can't wait for this to level, but I'll just feel about complexity because, like, the external designer really ethical or stakeholders do not find it very enough to continue spending on it. So, how do you manage that when you send the F to right and, like, for the guys who work on such a project?
Thank you for that. I've thought about it. Thank you for the question. I would say that with the eye that I'm listening today, if you walk those over, please hold you. So yeah, I think continuity in terms of quality of design has always been a conversation. You see a lot of brands put out like systems, co-ops, a lot of like SD, like weeks after. It's like part of people they're like, after you spend this a lot of money, and just afterwards, it's back to square one. And not just that, I think that a lot of brands, especially international brands, tend to stick to the so-called design system. It's like, oh, we define negotiation, typography, and for the next 4 years, it's that same template like brands to me like forever. And to me, I'm like, this like there needs to be an evolving of the brand, which is why I think the first solution to that problem is the quality like of designers, which specifically happy about that there's like a new wave of designers coming out of like Nigeria. We used to like do great work. We used to put in the time. But I think that if we don't see designers across board, they always reach that problem of sustenance. That's what like design intensity. And also, this is like great reward for designers. I think that the dream is getting bigger than Nigerian companies, to be honest. So if I'm putting so much effort into like building myself, it's like getting a solid career. The goal is probably like scale out the country, right? So there needs to be like a proper reward for me to know that I'm joining this company, it makes sense for myself, and I'm going to like sustain whatever it is that I'm doing for college. So yeah, I'll say that's my so like I answer the question.
Thank you so much. Angela, you've worked, my knowledge, two topics, really like public identity. One of them we didn't do the original brand identity. So you were more or less sustain an identity that expanding on what already we did. So my question to you is, how do you measure if this is an opportunity for us to do a very big rebrand, or this is an opportunity for us to go gradually into that? And then people will split more backstory. So when you get into a new company, there's always a space of that, achieve a lot of things, so like I should have, I work in the past. But there's one that you have to be able to be like, they don't support the company because they have a new designer. So how do you manage this one requires a new identity, I'm going to spend 4 months working on it back then, and then this one has to go out tomorrow morning, you're going to use the current identity. So how do you balance that? How do you decide what requires large scale expansion and what requires finish the forward?
All right. I'm my town, Harry Wagons, my name is Ramley. The one I didn't Harry Wagons is better than this thing. I wasn't able to Rebrand. And what I did was expand what we reported out. Using stock as an example, stock was new product. We push stocks to the market. I did not create like a number door. Well, the system, like I did what we already had. I think that the major problem was how do we stick within the ground line? Yeah, but we're not going to get a new logo for stock or get a different illustration star. All with the bills, okay, this was the down system. How do we expand? Because, okay, we did our research and created versions of the illustrations in the sense that we had. Because let's just kind of like, everyone knows that right now, like, you to tell you spend all these new products. So that's the defining point is becoming back on that. So when I need out of the source code to get that product, I identify that we're going to expand system. With the last and the brand that I made the past. So I think the major part of students were expanded and making sure how do you expand this? Do you want to try a new layout? Do you want to add new colors system? Do you want to go different creative direction? And then what do the current youngsters, what the infamous factor that we can expand this a bit? That's the play they are trying to pass. Yeah. Thank you so much. So, I mean, I have this question, and someone to the free. Forgive me, I'm asking for that not that I wanted to do. But I'm interested in how you evaluate impact. I think you answered it a little bit, but when you consider everything else as some kind of numeric value, if you do a campaign and spend $100,000 and you get customers that they put it $200,000, you know, sort of like succeeded in that campaign. But we think that are somewhat a-time people. How do you, because I know that right after that campaign that we've not like spend more money or spend more time on it, how do you can just this impact and say, yes, it's what I can there? How do you know for sure that this is literally there in a way that is somewhat to be presented to the bottom line, you can present it to the investor and say, the details, and so this is regarding. Sure. I'll start with the last one, please, the investor. Also, one quick thing about satellite. The first thing is the investors won't be getting run up. But the interesting thing about our Rebrand is the fact that when we started the process, it was actually our investors that were reaching out to us. That, guys, what are you doing this for? Do you understand? For instance, I remember an A-class investor in Africa that reached out to me and was like, how much did you guys spend on your Rebrand? And when I told him the amount, and when I told him the fact that we're able to build this internally, it was like, I'll need to fire the agency they were using. Because the agency they were using, they spent about 7x. Yes. 7x of that. Now, just as we were there that way, and the investor was now like, do you guys have an agency in-house that can take over the projects? And I was like, no, I'm protecting my guys at all costs. So, that's more like a basic example that I don't even need to convince the investors. And definitely for me to convince the investor, the stakeholders interaction. It's very, design is beautiful. Taste is different. You're not like every other person. So in a way, that was the first thing. We had a couple of investors reaching out to us and to a good extent, how do we do this, right? Now the other part is it's not just about the existing investors at all. Our Rebrand actually got us winning ideas. For instance, when you put out that particular way, what was around? My answer was around. Like a few days after we put out the tweet, we got like maybe like additional 5 investors. One of them is about $27 billion fund. And it was more like, okay, tell us, imagine you're doing a pitch. I was there for the pitch. And what they were asking about is like identity. I was like, okay, I'm here for business closing, right? So, founders really need to pay more attention to the impact of design, right? Now, the other part is, that's more like the external investors. Also, we have a lot of HNIs that work with us. And because of this Rebrand, right? You don't know the impact on how much it has increased the number of customers, the number of HNIs that are reaching out to us. Because of it. So, being able to put it quantitatively, that was not my mindset when we were starting out. Now, you have a level at tariff, right? There are two parts to the business. It's either a revenue driver or a revenue enabler. Also, when people get carried away that everybody needs to drive revenue, needs to carry revenue. No, often there are things that are more like revenue drivers, revenue enabler.
Short term, they're not, you can't really quantify the impact. But long term, if you do that well, it's most enormous impact. And you guys are very well. What brand identity design is supposed to be a relative to us, but to a good extent. Design is more than the revenue driver for us. Needed. Not think about it. I don't see our way because I don't really put out so much there. But then what we're saying is we quantify design as a revenue impact, but at the end of the day, design became more like a revenue driver for us from network. So I think does that answer the question?
By the way, that tweet was replied by the editor at large of the center. Center is the largest communication platform globally, and the editor at large, so like focus to rest out for focus studio that they Amazon. So like mentally, I can already that the work that was done was at the level of global. That brings me to Dr. Ola, as of today, DNA is the platform, global platform for recognizing design and creativity. No Nigerian company has done it yet. And it's actually saying that Nigeria is not a Grammy. And so, my question is, why do you think that is? And what do you think can be done to solve that? And then, as a caveat, the Nigerian company recently won, but the work was done by a German company, so I don't really consider it in Nigeria. Yeah, it's for travel capacity. Yeah, also fintech. And so that's the question to you. That's a good question. So I mean, I was that a lot of awards that I've seen that's been given to Nigerian companies for digital. Yeah, I was looking from the point of view of doing Africans and Nigerian business. It's almost like every time you see an award and they see that you're from Nigeria or like Lagos, there's an expectation that everything you do is like your culture. So if you are putting out work, you are like submitting stuff that is not looking Afrocentric, it's not looking, I mean, it's also like the not was like in that like global thing. So I can't say that I know like the solution to the problem, but I believe that as design grows in the country, we will see a lot more that happening. For instance, if you look at Brazilian design, if you look at the next design culture, there's really a lot of exports in terms of the style, the work that's been done. I believe very strongly in the work that a lot of people are doing. There's something that I can call like the Nigerian visual language, and I think that we are already exporting it. And a lot of information will come for that. But I personally, I don't think that the world needs to be African, like it needs to be Afrocentric to do it. We should make competitions. Like at what point do we start becoming global players? At what point do we start doing good work that can stand toe to toe with the motto? I still believe that it doesn't need to be African like that for it to consider great. And I think that's what they actually do.
My name is Tarate. I am a product designer and I love to do brand design as well. I work with So, so I have a question for Joseph. My question is, how did you, I feel like everybody asks the same question, how did you take one to rank? Like, I know it's a lot of thinking and all that, but how to know, I can't place it in my head, maybe because I don't like Indians, but I want to understand what, like, maybe was it referencing, what was the thing that you said? Because I put all of this in play, that's how I was able to transition from that to this. That's
I mean, I've seen this represented as an so I feel like I'm very robust in terms of how I approach the work. But I think the core approach to it, I was actually looking at the core of what EL is. I felt like Grant had lost that core of people with humanity, human connection. I felt like it was to leverage the success story and translate this all ideas that we have today. So that's like so many of it. And during my presentation, I'll be like more in depth explaining all of the thoughts and the outcome of this process.
Of course, with our classes to meet. Also, there is one more person. This guy can be like,
Yeah.
yes, everybody. Thank you so much for this presentation. Very sure we are actually. I'm the designer. So I want to ask CEO that our dedication back. So I have a running story right for if your answer will confirm it, sorry. So our dedication like when you said, oh, it's also to do this thing, was it good? Like the record, don't check this. I think it because clearly they said that so our dedication like to like to go take over this thing and just fun.
Con the fight, take better than just let's go. You can't be walking so
Yeah. So I would say that I was stubborn, honestly. I did not hear anything that Fred was saying, you are the decision saying what I'm supposed to do. I'm here to do what I'm supposed to do. And if he wants to do work, he has to do that needs to be done. But Fred was like very, very liberal in terms of allowing me to do the work. I guess that there was that trust based on conversations. And I think this is why I started to important. So it's not like I just couldn't sit there designing the work. We essentially like created something together, and the presentation happened. We were very clear on the goals, and the execution was just a stream of the strategy that we put in an icon. So that's why I think that the work was quite seamless.
Thank you.
So the first thing, the fact that I'm a designer, I need to emphasize on this journey to know that like your best is great. So that was the first thing. That's it. Mine used to have where zero application and when I shared vision in the raw taste. And often at times we don't agree with that. And that's a privilege to for just work with us. The privilege us. You know what's good. You're doing us people, chance and them. So in a way, you know that I can I had a thread. They should have those things to work, right? Even though emotions comes in some of that, as people lose. But one thing I respect for a person, you gotta Joseph. And for designers is the fact that at the point that the designer each other people should not just say you should have an opinion. You should just do the same things. No. You're not working with a crazy person, right? So the fact that Joseph has an opinion is independent, and I don't think answer is Joseph is very good communication. And he knows how to tell his story. So the way we work primarily is I share the vision with you. I don't need that business or a business at all 5 minutes. I just look for us to see the work. Sometimes people want to second the story. I don't want to speak. I don't see on social media. The same way everybody is. I'm too much.
Okay. So sorry, I have to follow up just there. So from what you said, it's like practice, people said that like intern people said that. So I want to tell it to be. If do the designers report to the markets or the base director?
So the data one is
I don't tell you.
creative director. He's a director. He's a system. He's a manager. He's not a planning basically. So everybody reports to one or lose. Now, that's what anything that's reducing around outside that connects to the identity around. Because I get that identity with everyone. It's as simple as internet. You can stress that in two lessons. You can use some culture. If when you're setting your will, you can use some points. Why saying in the country? I want my challenge for the So in reality, when it comes to reporting, everything that's to do with visual identity that connects to the very brand, not just so every day.
Somebody feels all my services. Thank you. What? Yeah. Thank you very much. I think I did two more questions that before the wrap. So, yes, quite a bit bad. Well, quite bad. Very high was, I do make good, my question is more from its direction. Like them was when I'm in the US. Is that I guys going alright. It was the whole of the US perspective. So I like to know what user problem does the brand solve exactly, with their own savings. And then how do you translate this problem to your creative your visual musician?
That should be something, right?
Yeah, that's for you.
Okay. So going on the okay, the first thing we did rank was okay. Money became rank, but we were not planning to be able to get that. And we're not planning to get it out. Leke is at the back. Leke was the first guy that came to my sitting room with the GI, and we're just like, okay, let's do something. We're trying to build a core application. So, and while we're trying to build a core application, we actually have a contract with the bank already to deploy it, but cook it up. And with that, there's no priority to cover application, right? So, jokingly, while we're just working, it is more like one of my family friends, she got laid off and then invested in the business. Normally, I sit outside for the families, right? And I just sit down and clear. And she took it, she started a more money business. And she was doing what she was trying to use the business. So eventually, she went to dance out 5 other women. It's a long story. Yeah. So she went to tell 5 other women that Femi is an investor, talk to me. Now that I became the Stephen. Eventually, I met with them and we were like, I think business through us. And she just went. I was like, I think you will use the radio. It's something like you to the answer. So before you know it, they said we should test them. They will be back in 7 days, right? And myself and that we spent like 2 million.
We were sure that we'll lose the money, right? And they took the money and we didn't charge them. They were the one that said this is what we'll pay. It was not intended. And eventually, after 7 days, all of them paid back, right? And when they paid back, it was more like they were just asking again, and we're just doing it. At that point, we were still stubborn. We were building our core banking application, and in reality, this was running on WhatsApp. One day, I just woke up, this core banking, we're spending money on it, we've not make shishi. Why can't we just focus on this, right? And from there, we took our time. We were not sure about what we're building. We took our time. We're not sure whether it was community, but we were sure that we just don't want to be another, I'm a savings platform, I'm a lending platform. No.
Yeah.
So eventually, that connects to the fact that they were in groups. They were paying back. We tested out Agile. It worked, right? From there, we just felt okay. In terms of being able to create our vision, is going to be making prosperity common. And what that means is people are more like our biggest assets. Technology has done it already by making sure we're connected to each other. But in reality, the next phase is how can you leverage on that human connection to create prosperity? And when we think about prosperity, it's not from the sense of money. It's from 3 pillars: wealth, health, and happiness. Because we get carried away with social media and just say, I want to blow. Do you understand? So all of that connects into our value system such that when you look at the logo, the first logo was more like very coily, circular, right? But one thing that Joseph did well was the fact that when he was going to create it, he created a continuity in terms of the story, such that even the new logo is such that you're bringing people together and they're all connected to each other. And if you notice, we rarely do black in our identity. We're very human-centered. So in all of this, it connects to the vision, it connects to the identity, it connects to our mission, because our mission is very simple: to create technologies that create conditions of happiness, wealth, happiness, and health. We don't want to build people that are wealthy and they're not happy and they're not healthy. So, yeah.
All right, thanks for painting that scenario. Well, I feel like that was more related to loans, to SMEs. The feature I'm asking about in particular is the group savings. So what insights did you actually see? What user problem did you see that made you feel like, that made you say, oh, okay, let's build a group savings feature?
Okay, it's simple. While I was working with World Bank, I was earning really well. And then I went to Stanbic, and I was like, okay, can I get wealth management service, right? And the next thing is, they're not prioritizing us, right? And the other part is, we have clients, right, that are HNIs. And within 3 years, they were able to grow their portfolio by 2,400%. Can I repeat it? We have HNIs that we manage their portfolios. And average, I've seen a couple of them, that they've grown their portfolio by 2,400%. Now, when I look at this, I have a lot of young friends, right? Now, some of this HNI, there's a ceiling effect. There's a way the community has actually make it really hard for young people to be able to create wealth, right? And SEC, for instance, for you to be an HNI in Nigeria, you have to have minimum of 100 million to put aside. How many young people are able to do that? How much young people, we don't have access to credit. We don't have access to even to buy a car, to buy a house. It's really difficult, right? And when we look at that, it means that if the benchmark for us to be able to provide service to HNI is 100 million, and for them to be able to have the returns of that much, right? And to be able to provide a wealth manager for them, that means we need to find a way to make sure young people are able to do that. So that means we being young people, we have the leverage of population. You have a lot of friends, you have 20 friends. Why can't we break that 100 million into 10 places, 20 places, even 50 places, such that the same thing HNIs are enjoying, you're able to enjoy it. And these things are simple. First is in terms of reason. The other part is the fact that you have a dedicated wealth manager that actually helps you. Because often when we see what we have currently, it's such that, yes, I'm saving. They said this stock is moving. Signal, let's do it. See, we've saved for long. We've been saving for 10 years, for years. But there's a difference between you moving from savings to wealth. They are far apart. So, and being able to provide that leverage for young people is why we came up with the concept of community and wealth. And we believe that with community, the same thing that has always been a leverage for HNIs, for the few, can be accessible to everybody. And I've enjoyed it myself. I'll give you an instance. There was a stock we worked on, and that stock did over 300% in 3 months. Those are opportunities we want to open up to you. Is it clear now?
Thank you very much, Femi. Please put your hands together for him again. Was there one more person? Okay, we can take just one. The guy with the brown hat.
Hi, my name is Abiola. Freelance brand designer. So, like you mentioned, how I knew about Rank actually was from Jordan's tweet. So I saw it at first and I was like, oh, who is this Joseph guy that's designing for a foreign brand? Like Rank looked, like the visual identity looked very, very Western, looked very, very, I was like, oh, okay, but why are these not of black people? Oh, okay, maybe it's an American, whatever. But I started like researching about it. I was like, oh, Rank is a Nigerian company. So I think I'm on the side of Afrocentric design, not like completely full to the left, but like I think growing up as a designer and taking a lot of inspiration from those Western designers, I saw like they were representing their own ideals, representing their own art styles, and some of like the best, very unique designs were people from these countries. You mentioned South American designers, You have like Italian designers, French designers that really, really represent their own culture. And then I felt like, okay, African design wasn't really represented aside like the whole jaggy fonts and patterns, if it's African patterns. We didn't really have like a unique like African identity. And so like I'm on the path of like, we need to have something that's very unique. But then I'm wondering if the reason why Rank's design is like on a global level is because Rank is seeking to scale to be like a global company, because your design is like beautiful and everything, but it doesn't really speak to like, okay, we're trying to create wealth for Nigerians or Africans. It speaks like we're trying to create wealth generally. At least that's what I personally kind of experienced from design. So I'm wondering if this is like an expression, like the brand visual is an expression of that vision to be global, or maybe what's the idea behind like not necessarily making it Afrocentric.
Okay. I mean, I have questions for you, Susha. Same. Like, what would you consider to be African design? Like, exactly. What are your parameters for what is African? Yeah, can we give you the mic, please?
Thanks. And I think that's kind of the problem. Like, we don't really have something that's African-centric. It's a vibe, it's a feeling. I would say Owo, for example. I think the previous Owo visuals also felt like particularly like Afrocentric, at least vibes. But
so is it mediocre work that is Afrocentric or African then?
No, it's not mediocre. It's like, again, it's a feeling. I think, okay, I'm using Owo again. The previous one made use of like very, I think, illustrations and colors of things that paired with like type. And that was like kind of the visual. And now it's switched to like a custom font that the way it moves, the way it animates, there's a feeling. Again, I'm describing the sensation of it because we don't have a clear structure for what Afrocentric design really is outside of patterns and chaos. Yeah. So I don't know, are you trying to say that like, okay, maybe the excellence of Nigerian designers, like creating designs that can stand on a global scale, however form it takes, becomes Afrocentric design?
Sorry, can I say something?
Yes.
I have just the right person that's going to answer your question. And that person is coming in the next panel session. Please remember the question and help me ask, because it's the question that we've had time and time again, like what exactly is really African design? And no, Joseph is going to answer. Like, I just want you to... Yeah, Solomon that I had in mind now. Yeah. You want to speak about it now? All right, please, can you pass it to Solomon, please? Thank you. Please put your hands together for him.
Yeah, I don't think I know. So I say think many times because, I don't know, it makes me feel humble. But I know that there's so much camera, I don't have to feel on the spot. So African design is not those patterns. Like a year ago, I was speaking with NMBelo, is a product designer, and I asked him the same thing, like, for example, like...
Sorry, can you speak up?
I asked him about the LMs tool, like, what makes this a Nigerian design? Because he was speaking about designing in context and all that fun stuff. Like, this tool looks very Western by lots of standard. And his response was very interesting. He says, if I made it, it's Nigerian design. I mean, I don't want to stress it too much. I can give you like proper detail as to why this is not. But I think something that stands above lots of things is, for African design, it's still a challenge that we'll be solving many years to come. And I'm not speaking just for graphic design or brand design, I'm speaking for object design, experience design. We are stuck in the place of practice, craft, the doing. But the logic is not extractable. The logic is not visible. The logic is not extractable. So it's reduced to craft. So when you see a stool that is placed in another context in, say, maybe London or New York in an exhibition, the logic is not there. Yes, I can see this. So the only way that people can access African design is, let me see the patterns, because the logic is not traveling. So look at things like Bauhaus movement, for example. This is happening somewhere in Germany. Look at Scandinavian design, it's happening so far. But we're practicing this in Nigeria, not because we're doing the exact same things. So I can do like a space that feels very African, but also with Scandinavian logic, because I understand the logic. A lot of what I think is missing with Nigerian African designers or design practice is not the doing, it's the thinking. we have hands, we have many hands, more hands are coming on, but not a lot of brains in the thing, yeah? Then the final response is Benin arts that were stolen in the British Kini. We started to value these things when they went there. How many people have gone to masquerade sites in Nigeria? How many people have traveled to Benin in Nigeria to visit those things? But now it's in a different context. We need to stop to see design from the Western eyes. Right. Yeah, and then you understand that, no, it's not Western design, this is your design. Yeah, ish. Sort of.
Please put your hands together for Solomon. I think that's about it for now. I think, please, again, for the last time, I said last time already, please put your hands together for the rank team and for everybody, Obashola, Joseph, and Femi. Thank you so very much.
Yes. Let's, with the panel.
So we have Solomon, we have Damien, we have a couple of people internally at Rank, and the majority of our conversations right now is we've spoken very briefly on design, and this is more tailored towards the actual brand design. But like these people work at the point where the design has been done. Now they're using the design as tools to sort of like solve the problems, both for the brands that they work for and the companies. And so majority of our conversations and questions are somewhat tailored towards, if you're done with design, what next? Because majority of the time we have conversations around the design is done, but how do we ensure that this design is effectual, like it is actually working for the purpose that it was created? And so to kick off the very first question around branding, I'm going to be asking you specifically, and my question is, exactly what have designers done that makes you not like them? And the reason I'm asking this question is because if you think about it from the standpoint of designers like themselves a lot, and they believe that everything that they're doing is good. However, designers never really interface with, say, business, like people on the business side or finance side, that their jobs are tied to numbers. And so a designer can think that what they've done is cool because it looks cool and because all their designer friends said it's cool. But you know that that design is not converting because like you've tested it on Google multiple times. And so can you explain exactly what persona you see with designers that makes you feel like this person is not really great to work with, even though they might be great aesthetically from like a functional standpoint of just doing design?
Okay, so I think you even mentioned one of my biggest problems. Personally, I think that designers sometimes design for designers instead of consumers. At the end of the day, I know design is supposed to solve a problem, and you are designing to solve a problem. You are not designing to make your guys happy. I don't care about what other designers think. From a growth perspective, I want numbers, right? I want to give a terrible reference. Where's my CEO? Let me look at him first. If he winks twice, I'll go ahead, because I want to mention a brand. Some of us have seen Opie's ad before, and you can tell how terrible it is sometimes, right? Because they cater to the mass market, sometimes they don't look out for, say, top tier. They don't try, they are just very numbers oriented. Let's go to the market. I try not to be like that, right? From a growth perspective, because I came from a content background, right? And I understand the importance of a visual identity and what it is supposed to look like. But I think that sometimes designers miss the point of they tilt towards perfectionism and, you know, getting these compliments from their friend rather than effectiveness, rather than this is doing the numbers. We've tested this worked. Let's go big on it, right? They come more from a creative sphere, and which is part of why I think is a problem. Sometimes I think that designers live in a bubble. Like they have their own universe, they have their own communities, and then they stay there. I hope I'm safe after all this, Sha. Like I can go home. You stop threatening me. Do your worst. I'm not lying. Leave your WhatsApp groups alone and come to the real world. Stop playing video games. Come to the real world and see that, oh, this works. We need to do this faster. we need to, build on this and just stop designing for your friends. Design to solve a problem. Stop designing for designers. That's all I'll say. Thank you.
Thank you. Please put your hands together for him. Okay, so my second question now is for Damien. The question is specifically tilted towards when you're running campaigns, especially, say, nationwide campaigns, and you have to measure the impact of the work that has been done. What actual steps do you take so that, because part of the reasons why I think that designers might be in their own heads is because there's no tangible proof that qualifies if their work is good, aside the fact that their friends say it's good. And so I've worked at a company where, and I did this personally, where I was working at Bamboo, and I knew that there was no way for me to convince my CEO that I deserve higher salary, aside proof that my work is good. But now, when you're a brand designer, there's no tangible result that you can say, like, 5,000 downloads are because of me. It's not possible. So what I did was I put together all the screenshots of every single person that said, you need to pay your designers more. Your design is so great. I compiled everything into a deck and I presented it. And luckily, it worked for me. So my question is, how do you quantify design from a marketing perspective to the point where the designer knows that this has been a good outcome based off the work that has been done, and the the stakeholders and like your bosses also can tell that this work is good?
Okay, thank you very much for that. I was having a conversation with Leke earlier, pretty much about design, product, and marketing. And one of the things that I mentioned was how dangerous it is for us to think that brand design, product design, marketing are three separate things. Like, they're not. The entire point of what a brand designer does is to market a brand. And when people see a brand design, the way they then interact with a company is to use that company's product. So we're all communicating to the customer, but we're doing it in different ways. So, like, for a brand designer, I mean, I really understand everything he said about designers living in their own headspace and all of that. For a brand designer, your mindset has to move from making great looking designs. I mean, bare minimum, that's expected. Your designs should look great. You made great designs, man. Thanks for making great designs, man. Your design should look great. But then you should also understand the business. That's like, especially when you're a senior. I mean, not start talking about like tags and all that now. Like, that really is what it means to be a senior, to be concerned about the business. You're making banners for social media. You should have a relationship with whoever is leading performance marketing to understand like how many clicks came from it. Like, that information shouldn't be coming to you. You should go look for it. That's the point. So the brand designer can quantify success based off of how much information he's taking as feedback from whatever he's doing, based on how customers are interacting. Because you make a really good design, and you have like only 20 people using it. Yeah, like you really don't, you can't like really say that you've stressed what you've built. You have to test your design at scale. What starts to happen, right? Like when you're running ads, you start to learn now, like you have to let go of all the things that are not important. Like you want people to read a message and get the idea of what you're trying to say almost immediately. So I think that's really how it works. The closer the designer gets to the business, the closer they get to numbers, the more quantifiable the work that they do becomes. Yeah.
I see. A follow-up question on that. If you're working on, say, a campaign and it's not digital, and so you're probably you have a pop-up at, say, Unilag, and they built a physical installation for Chowdeck. People have come, they've interacted with it. In that scenario, how do you measure it, knowing that you don't have clicks that you can say 5,000 people clicked on this and immediately? Because that same tangibility, if the designer comes to whoever is maybe managing that physical installation,
how do they get feedback, or how do you advise they come for feedback that ensures that when they go back to design, like they're making important additions to whatever has been done in the past?
Okay, I like that question because like we have examples of that here today. Like there are physical installations. So for example, there's a board over there that you have to like draw faces and like sketch on. It's really simple stuff, but that's interactive, right? So if you're a designer, you made that, and at the end of the day, no one used it. Like the feedback is direct. You really don't need any kind of miracle or. So whoever made that board, they really great stuff because. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like go on there to like sketch random stuff. I was even laughing about some of the sketches with my friends. So again, with physical installations, I think genuinely it really is just about being honest with yourself, like intellectually really. So if you made a banner that is supposed to make people interact with it, if people don't interact with it, even if your friends told you that this banner was like the best thing since jollof rice, like the goal was for people to come and sketch on it. So if people don't sketch on it, then you've gotten the direct feedback that you need for the impact that your work had. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So what you're saying in essence is that designers should not consider their handoff as the last stage of
exactly
the design. Like
exactly. It continues beyond that, like way beyond. The business is really what counts. Like understand the impact that your work is having on the people that you're building for. So just like he said, you're not building for other designers, right? Like, I mean, you can't do that too because it's good to get hype from your friends. I mean, that's good. Helps the ego. You need your ego to like do stuff. But you also have to be really clear on why are we actually doing this thing? Like, why is this happening? Like, what is the point? And I think one of the reasons why I sort of always push this idea is because I've been lucky enough to play in all three spaces. I've been a product designer, brand designer, and now I lead marketing. So I mean, it took a while for me to, when I got into being leading marketing, I now start, okay, this is, yeah, I get it now. Like, this is why we always have that sort of rift between marketers and designers, because one person is designing without really wanting to connect, but you always have to make that complete cycle, always. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Please put your hands together for him. Something else that I would like to add is that I've also been in this kind of situations whereby I'm a designer, but I made sure, for example, I was logged into all the social media accounts of when I was working at Bamboo, and it was because if I finish a design and they post it, I'm the one that sees the feedback. Like, so if someone says this thing is terrible, I see it first before head of marketing comes to tell me that this thing is not working. So if more people have that kind of I'm a part of this till the end, there's a higher chance that, for example, when I was designing decks and I was working on Series A and Series B decks for, I think, Bamboo, Helium Health, and a couple of other companies, I realized that the people that read decks read them under, say, 20 seconds. So you can work on like an 80-page deck, and the person that's going to invest $100,000 in your company is going to see it when he's on a flight to Lagos. And so he's just going to open his phone, scroll through, and see everything. So if your font size is not large enough, he does not see anything, and he will just, like, and that's the end of the entire thing. So I think it was Goki that was explaining to me that your design might be cool, but like this font needs to be large. You need to show them we've done $25 billion in revenue. Like, it needs to be clear. And so having that kind of continuous relationship with the final end user to the point where you get feedback is also very important. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, go on.
So Mike, I struggle with. So, if we start to see design as not art and science, I think it becomes clearer how it should be approached. Yeah, as a scientist, I'm not designing with probability. Yeah, I have acne. I'm buying salicylic acid. I do skincare, so I know these things. Acid, it has to work. The impact is not, maybe some people, the pimples will come left or right. No, the pimple have to go. When you approach design as science, the outcome is already premeditated. I want people to go to this board and draw this thing like this. And imagine that when people are drawing, many people are going to go there at the same time. It's going to be packed. How do I design the experience that these 5 people can draw at a time? So it's not happening randomly. But if you think of design as art, then it's open-ended. You can't really measure if it's working or not. It's now become subjective. My boss thinks it's fine. His wife thinks it's not fine. Do you get what I'm saying? Again, I made a tweet in response to something you said. I said, if beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, something in that lines, then anybody has a say over your design. And I feel like, I don't feel, design is not you'll come to me. Design is not, I'm not trying to use the wrong, I'm trying to use the exact word. Design is not, let me not say a noun, it's a verb. And it's not a verb, I'm designing it. Design is in continuation with the person that is engaging with it. So you have done your part, and now it's in the world for the people that you have, your co-designers, to complete the design process. So it's like a tight feedback loop. Okay, I've done this thing. Let the next person go and design, continue this. But we see them as users, but they are co-designers. So I've designed this thing. Let them engage with design like this. So it's like cyclical in that sense. Just wanted to add that.
Thank you so much. Please hold on to the mic. I have a follow-up question. So with respect to, and this is a conversation that I think has been happening quite a number of times, where because everything that can be made already is on social media and is probably done with AI, there's now the need for physicality and tangibility. So my question to you now is, if brands are considering that brand design is like designing the actual brand from a UI and product design standpoint is ground zero, and then ground one might be translating that brand into physical, tangible spaces. And so what's your advice towards ensuring that this brand moves from digital, like on my laptop, into physical spaces and people still engage with it in the same way you assume that they engage with it on social media?
Maybe, first of all, the assumption that they will engage with it the same, maybe shaky. It's going to be different. Because on Instagram, you can only just like, comment with heart emojis and share on your thing. If you make a poster on the wall, someone can tear it. Feedback is infinite. Can you ask the question again?
So how do you ensure that what your goal for social is somewhat translated into your goal for physical? In the sense that if, for example, this event happened or did not happen, some people would see it only on social media. Probably more people will see it on social media than people that are in this room. Mm-hmm. And so how do you ensure that the brand that people get to know from social media is equal to the brand that they get to see in real life? For example, the Nike I have in my head is somewhat similar to the Nike I see in Nike stores. But sometimes let's say a banking experience I might have at a physical location might be different from the one I have at an app or on an app. So like, how do you unify this like digital to physical?
I don't think I have the answer to the question, but I would say this. So brands play like different markets, like infinite market, financial market, capital markets, consumer markets, cultural markets. I think that experiencing something in real life feels more cultural than digital, because what you find on social media is very made up. When this event is going to be posted on Instagram, nobody's going to share that Jordan didn't sit because he didn't have a chair. Oh, I like the way the monitors stood. Do you get what I'm saying? But physical experiences feel more cultural, more community. If you listen to Wizkid's album, for example, and you attend this show, I fall in love with artists more when I attend their shows, because you feel the energy, they sing, they pour water on your face, they come late, and all that stuff. But yeah, I think the goal is slightly different, in how you're trying to engage. Social media feels like more consumer market facing. How do you convert consumer to give you a second look? But if you're already here, you're not giving me a second look, you want to be here. It's more like a community. It's very cultural. We're trying to build like an ecosystem of people that love the brand, that get value from the brand besides just send money, buy airtime. Do you get? We're not selling. So it feels more cultural markets directed than consumer markets.
Yeah. I also even want to add that even for rank, how that is done is there's a very big intention behind the plan. It's somewhat, I would say, even engineered to give you that feeling. Now, every single customer touch point is taken note of, right? Because it impacts how they feel. Things as little as even who we employ, for example, right? We say that we are very focused on community and making people prosper. It would be against what we stand for if you employ people that are very nonchalant by themselves inside, when we even speak to people on interview, aside knowing your work and knowing what you do, we look out for some of these traces, right? Now, what you would experience with people that work with us, what you would experience from as little as our push notifications, from emails, from places that people would forget to even check. Every single thing for us is intentional and engineered to give you the same feeling. So when you meet us offline, online, middle line, we're the same, right? You can get the same feeling because the same intention is put behind everything. And you would even see this when Joseph comes on with the presentation with the rest of the design team. You see how much intention goes into as little as taking a picture, as little as sending out a tweet. There's so much thought behind every word because we are looking to make you feel some type of way. And that feeling now becomes a universal guide across all our touch points.
Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for
No, not to drag it too far. Sorry. So, sorry for cutting your applause short. So, I really like Cash App. You know we love Cash App. So, whatever you think you know of Cash App, yeah? Okay. The experience you see on Cash App's Instagram is nothing compared to the physical experience. I mean, not to be polemic, I think that it's two different things. Yeah, the goal is very different. The goal cannot be the same. What I'm trying to communicate to you on social media and in person cannot be the same. You can try, but it's going to be different. Obviously, Cash App has pop-ups where they are doing flower pop-ups. They have pop-ups where they're doing like the most random things, baking. They send money back and forth. But the Cash App you find online is very. They don't even post those photos. Like you think you know Cash App. How do you search for that? Go on your search, find Cash App. Don't check this thing and find their hashtags. You see a shit ton of events that's happening across random things. The budget that those guys have for stuff is wild. So again, I'm saying that to say that you cannot get that experience from social media. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah.
We can try. I don't even think we should be trying to do that. I think every platform should have LinkedIn and Instagram and Snapchat. They are platforms. But if you post the same thing you post on LinkedIn, on Instagram, the response is different by default. So spaces, they're not neutral players in how things are read.
Yeah.
Just what I'm saying. They're like, basically.
Thank you so much, Solomon. Leke, I wanted to ask this question. It was some of the follow-up. The question I was asking regarding marketing. And so it is, I've had this experience, and I think a lot of designers might have had this experience, when you're working on branding, but it almost feels like if you're not a well-rounded designer, you're working on it without the context of it's going to be in a product. And so I remember one time working on, I think, an icon system. The icons look great because they told a very cohesive story. But it didn't look great on product because it was a whole lot of like back and forth. We really liked the icons. And so we put it in our, director's version. But like the actual brand did not use those icons. We had to create another set of icons for them. And it has happened a couple of times where the vision you have from a brand standpoint is somewhat different from what the product designer has. It might not be different from what the company has, but like the product designer or whoever is leading product has an agenda that might not exactly align with the agenda that the brand design team has. So how do you ensure that you unify all these things, or you ensure that whatever the brand design team is handing over to you, you're actually going to use it, not that they have a color palette of 45 colors and you just know I'm using just orange and anything anybody wants to do, that's their business?
Okay, so for us internally, it starts from the type of designers we hire. We don't believe that a designer is just a type of designer. you are not just an illustrator or a product designer, right? You are a designer. You should be able to do a lot of things but have your niche, right? Not that we expect you to do everything, but it just helps in communication, conversation, and being able to empathize with what the other designers are going through. So it starts from there. And then the next thing is actually making sure that they work together. So in our team, Joseph and Ebuka, it got to a point that I had to tell them, guys, you guys will have to, if the meeting is going to take 8 hours, I don't really care, but you have to figure this out. Because the expression we have for the brand is looking so beautiful, but what we had on the app, in terms of the designs that were being shown, that it was good, it was beautiful, but it was not aligned with each other. So having designers who are conscious of the fact that, oh, you can be a product designer, but it doesn't stop you from being interested in brand, from being interested in illustration.
Should be interested. You should be. You should be.
Yeah, you should be interested in all those things and be able to also speak their language so that the communication between you as a product person and a brand person is seamless and smooth. That's really been what has helped us out.
Thank you very much. Damien, I have a question that's going to lead to the question I'm going to ask Solomon. So when you're working on, let's say, a campaign, I'm trying to put it in the context. Let's say Valentine's Day. So there's a campaign that Chowdeck is running for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Now, can you walk me through what the process is? And the reason I'm asking for this process is, at what point do you brief the designer? And at what point is the designer's input completely irrelevant? Or is there any case where the designer's input is irrelevant? And so strategy or business says we have to deploy this, and you're already thinking, okay, we have a $20,000 budget.
Mm-hmm.
Out of that, we have $10,000 for promotion. So we have $10,000 to execute whatever we need to promote. At what point do you bring the designer in on, okay, we've thought about strategy. We're going to say Chowdeck Valentine 2026. Mm-hmm. Is it that point that the designer now knows, okay, this is where I have to work? Or do they know from the beginning that we have a $100,000 or we have a $20,000 budget and we have to, at what point does the designer come into play? That's my question.
Okay. Obasha, are you here? Is he here? Is he still here? Or is gone? Okay. So, at Chowdeck, for example, the thing, what I was saying earlier about design not being disjointed, we take it really serious. So there's this running joke like I have with some of my friends about why I have this sort of beef with agencies. So Jordan is, yeah. And it is this mindset of designers expecting a brief. You know, wait for a brief. Yeah, that's not how we work in a company. They're two different things. You're allowed to wait for briefs at agencies, great stuff. At the company, you don't wait for anything, except you don't value what the company is doing. Like, if you care about what that company is doing, you don't wait for anything. So Valentine is February 14th every year. It doesn't change. What separates, again, senior designer is not, I've been designing for 10 years. It's not my designs look great. It is how much of my work impacts the business. That's the mindset of a senior designer. So February 14th, Valentine's Day, every year till we die. At Chowdeck, we already know that this is going to happen. So the designer is not coming in when the budget has been decided. Designer is coming in way before we get to February 14th, so that part of what the designer wants to do gets considered in the budget. That's how it works. So the designer is not some person that is sitting and is saying like, oh yeah, when comms or marketing or strategy is done with the document, then I'll go on Figma. We don't work like that. Everybody does the work, because eventually, if the experience is going to feel connected, product designers, brand designers, marketing, everybody has to be there from the beginning. I mean, the only part where, for example, you don't need finance people. Like, yeah, they just give us the money when we've agreed. So you don't need those kind of people in those calls. But all the different angles that have to do with creativity, we all have to be there from the start. So that I don't design something as a brand designer, and then when I'm passing it off to product, they now start calling out things that they don't like. If the product designers were with me from the start, we would all agree, right? And then whatever it is that we make goes out. So yeah, I think that's how we work. Everybody is involved from the very start. We don't wait for briefs, basically. Yeah.
Thank you so much. A follow-up question on that is, when you're working on the campaign, how much does it need to be Nigerian versus how much does it need to just be globally relevant? And what I mean by this is, if you're going to try and submit an award and it has to be Nigerian context, many times to explain the Nigerian context is incredibly hard. For example, we're submitting for this award, and the copy was send money as easy as hey BC, which is like hey and BC. Contextually, it makes sense because you're in Nigeria, you know BC is a name. But like, outside Nigeria, you have to explain that, first of all, BC is a name, and then hey BC, okay, it makes sense. So how much do you try to ground every single thing you do, and from a design marketing point, into Nigerianness, where people see it, and do they see it and instantly feel like this is Nigerian, or that's not exactly important? Like, it's important that they get the message versus this has to be Nigerian in support.
Okay, so I will start from what you described with the ABC thing. I think the first thing is you have to be fine with the fact that not everybody will get what you're trying to say. Like, that's the first thing. So, for example, ABC on OWO blew my mind. I'm Nigerian. I was like, I wish I did that. Do you understand? But someone who's Western, definitely, man, I don't mind explaining it to you. I don't expect you to get it. The same way, if a white comedian, if I'm watching some show on Netflix, they make cultural jokes that I don't get. I don't even laugh because I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, man. But when they make jokes that I get, of course, I laugh, right? So I think staying true to the Nigerianness of the work is what counts. And that's because, like, I mean, when I saw the talking points for the event today, there was one part that had to do with decision-making, habits, and culture. And when I saw that, I was just like, yeah, these are three things that, again, we've made sound like three separate things, but the decisions you make become your habits. Habitual living is culture. So it's the same thing. We're saying the same thing. So, like, for the Nigerian, or like being concerned about whether people will get the Nigerianness of the thing, I don't think that should be the problem. If what you're doing is true to whatever culture that you're from, what you need first is people from that culture to like, oh, that was great. And then that becomes the echo that people outside of that culture now start, oh, why are they saying this thing is great? And then they go look for context. Because like context is what will make the Nigerian see a design like ABC and be like, wow, yeah. I think that's it for me.
Please put your hands together for I was going to follow up, Solomon, same question, but with regards to industrial design and physicality and tangibility, how much effort do you think brands should put into ensuring that something is Nigerian? And is it even important that something looks Nigerian versus it just works? Do you understand the question?
Okay, I think this is very in line with the question that Abiola asked in the last panel in some way. And your take is very, very solid. I think there's like two sides to it, yeah. Saying that if you design this thing, it is Nigerian, is true, but maybe slightly idealistic. I understand that. But I also know that, I didn't say I think. I also know that, just like he said, decision becomes habits, and habit become culture. Culture basically is mass adoption. Yeah, first of all, I'll get to the point. You don't do something on your own, and then it's culture. Yeah, even in a company, the CEO's dress sense is not the company's culture. When people start to buy into that, talk and look like that, it becomes culture. Now, reverse engineering that from decision habit culture. Now, the decisions you make are based on the challenges that you're facing. Yeah. If the work you're doing is actually solving problem, it will be contextual. For example, it rains in Lekki, everywhere is flooded. If I make something that makes people cross the water, blah, 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 that's a Lekki design. By default. It doesn't have to look like it. It is solving a problem for Lekki people in Lekki. So looking and feeling like it is add-on. Beauty is a function. Look and feel is a function. The primary thing is doing exactly what it is supposed to do. But for brands, yeah, it's not as easy to tell as product design because adoption for product is maybe 2,000 pieces all through your life. But brands, you want to gain everybody. Things like finding a middle ground between what looks like Nigerian design. Unfortunately, you still have to do things that look like Nigerian design. Yeah. You spoke about OP's design. I don't exactly agree that it's terrible design.
Actually, I don't agree that it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't agree it's terrible design. Please, can somebody remind me of this thought? Also, I want to say that when people speak about Nigerian design, I'm so tired of people thinking about Nigerian design like you have to go back into the past to go and look for something that will become Nigerian design. You are Nigerian. You are now. How about you start making the Nigerian design based off Nigerian problems that's happening now? Afrobeat that we have now is not exactly what Fela did in his time. It has evolved. Yeah, people have adapted Afrobeat to different genres of music. It has changed. Yeah, so let's not look back into the past like, let's make a Nigerian design. Adinkra, where's Ankara patterns? Where's this boss? No, we are such a global people. Like people are wearing Ankara here. So how are you defining what the culture of everybody here is by Ankara fabric? I'm not saying that's not something. It is something, but that cannot be the only place that we look at for Nigerian design. Yeah, it can be contemporary. It can be Scandinavian. If you made it as Nigerian design, you're solving a Nigerian problem. It's Nigerian design. Like you said, they will catch up. Nobody explained Bauhaus movement to me. Nobody explained Scandinavian design. Nobody explained any of these things to me. You go on fucking anywhere and find it and read about it and then you apply it. But again, similar to what I was responding to Abiola is logic. If the logic cannot travel, there will never be a Nigerian design. So many people are doing things in Nigeria right now that are like strong material for visual language of a place. But the logic is not traveling. All that is traveling is the aesthetics. That's why I said we have lots of hands, but not a lot of minds. The practice of medicine is not just cutting someone on the table. It's also the theoretical part. The practice of it cannot exist without the theory of it. So as long as we reduce the output of design in this space to visual appeal, the logic will never travel. It's going to be reduced to this, and we're going to have a conversation about what is Nigerian design. Basically.
Sorry, just to add a bit to what someone said. I think that again, Nigerian design is a design done by a Nigerian. It's that simple. I want to refer to Joseph Hussein talking about how that sometimes when people see designs from Nigerians or Africans, they have like an expectation of how that design should be. Like when you look at what Joseph did, if you go on and say, oh, like, is this Nigerian design? You're asking the wrong question. A Nigerian design, it is a Nigerian design. It's really, design doesn't belong to anybody. Design is design. And maybe the word is design is one, so that you start to realize that like that's where that connection comes with, say, marketing and product and all of that thing. Design is how you put things together in its simplest description, so that even the engineer that writes code designs. So that like that's why when you look at code written by two different engineers, you can tell the difference. One might care. That caring is design. That's it. So it's not designs with Ankara patterns is Nigerian. And I think Solomon was saying something about not going to the past. Truly means is not going to the past and just picking one thing. Like our forefathers were geniuses. Like don't even sleep on that. Like the genius didn't just start. We were not the first set. Don't even start. Like we've had geniuses like way before us, right? That have done things like And when they did these things, they competed on global stages and then they were the best. So there's a lot of secrecy that you can go back to in the past and learn. But understand that, like, for those people, they were not designing like, oh, am I in Nigeria? They didn't even think of that. Like, I feel a type of way, I want to show it to the world. That is the Nigerian perspective. It's really that simple. Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you so much.
Final ad, promise. So just to add to what he said, he said going to the past. Again, disclaimer, I'm not saying don't go into the past for references. It's beautiful. But think about it. Really think about it. If we have to go to the past to look for design references that makes us feel like Nigerian design, what did they look back at? To call Nigerian design. They looked at their present to be Nigerian designers. So look at your present to be Nigerian designers.
Yes. Nice one. Please put your hands together for them. Thank you very, very, very much. Without further ado, we're going to be having Joseph very soon. Let's just gather for
So what started as a conversation in Femi's parlor amongst friends has now grown into this company that of recent was recognized by the Financial Times as one of the fastest growing tech companies in Africa. So yeah, Rank is growing, managing portfolios for the top of the top guys, right? And at the same time, they've built like a great financing infrastructure for even the like lower class or small businesses. But in all of this, Rank is struggling to convert this commercial capital, like really convert your story into like an identity. So there's been a lot of struggle. They've gone through like a lot of grants and they've still not been able to do this. Well, enters Joseph. So yeah, let me wear myself some cape and turn myself to an hero, like a superhero. But yeah, so it started with a call. It started as a call with Femi, and this is the perfect representation of how passionate Femi was on the call. I mean, I was just there like a fine girl that you're toasting, like one IJGB boy is toasting, right? I was just like, another founder is saying the things that he likes to say. But one thing like stood out for me, it is that I saw that Femi valued design. And if you've worked with like a lot of startups, you will know that the best people to design for are actually people that understand design, CEOs that know the value of design. And so for me, that was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And of course, I asked all those questions that creatives usually ask. Are you going to integrate creative freedom? Are you going to provide the funds? And yes. So, yeah, I started. I'm Joseph, creative director for this project. And there's Samuel. Samuel is responsible for everything 3D, motion. Samuel is also one of the reasons why I joined Rank, because I know that talent is hard to find. It's really talent can have total access to, right? So, yeah, and then there's Ofon. Ofon is a brand designer on the team. She's not here today. And then there's Tolu. Tolu is also a brand designer on the team. He's here today. So yeah, Moni. So Rank was formerly Moni. But now that Rank is expanding, they are trying to unite all of their service offerings. So you have Rank Capital, you have Rank Microfinance Bank, you have Rank Asset Management, and then you had Moni, right? So it just made more sense to create an app that fits into that ecosystem, like that structure. And then that's why they rebranded Moni into Rank. So like I mentioned, Rank is like divided into various sectors, and that is like providing revenue. So this was what Moni looked like before it transitioned into Rank. But I won't spend so much time on this because as at the time I joined, there was a transition already to Rank, and there was design fatigue in the team. I could tell that for sure. So when I joined the team, I was telling Leke that I'm going to change everything. Leke is like, I was telling Miriam's like the financial officer. I was like, I cannot live with what is currently here. And Miriam was telling me that, are you sure we want to change this logo again? And they had done signage. So because they had like 3 rebrands before that particular one,
So me coming and saying we're going to change everything again, they're like, this boy, just use this thing now. Let us launch. I said, nah. And so this was like one of the rebrands before this one. So you see that they had gone through like a lot of struggles and they were on this particular brand. And for me, on the first day, I just knew that this cannot even work. Because I'm listening to Femi's story. I'm hearing him talk about the brand. He's talking about people. He's talking about like shared progress, human connection. And then I have this logo that is looking almost robotic. You assume Rank is probably manufacturing some robotics behind their office or something, right? So everything felt very robotic. It lacked soul to me. I think that's what I would call. I would term that as like it lacked soul. It just looked, it just didn't connect to what I think the core of Rank is. So the problem, like I mentioned, is that particular identity is a total disconnect from Rank's core. So what is Rank's core? Which is where the solution comes in. Like a lot of research had happened, had presented like a 72, like 80-page strategy document to the team, right? And I can't be showing all of that here because I'll just take our time. But in all of this, we had distilled everything to like a simple concept statement, right? Like we all know, a concept statement is like the foundation of every great identity. And the concept statement is that Rank is the money hub for communities with a mission to make prosperity common. Highlighting the concept of making prosperity common. And this framework guided everything that has to do with the work. So if you start breaking down this concept of prosperity is for people. And making prosperity common is for people in the multiples. Permit me to use that English, right? So it's like we are making prosperity for you, but if you put the element of commonality into it, it means that this prosperity does not end with you. It like extends to everybody, it spreads across board. And that actually forms the concept of, for instance, the logo mark. And the logo mark is very simple. The explanation is very simple. It's one to more to everybody. The company started from just providing capital for a particular business, a small business, and that extended to that woman inviting like other people, other communities, and it started growing. But now Rank is at a point where they're trying to take this concept of prosperity to everybody, especially like the younger like target audience, right? So it's one to more to everybody. And that's like the simple concept of the logo. The logo mark is a double entendre, like Jordan we always say. That's why I don't want to leave it. It's a double entendre in the sense that as much as it embodies this concept of one to more to everybody, it also has this element of shared progress. So an animation that I was going to play was this animation where the logo keeps rotating, right? And sort of emphasizing the idea that this is for everybody. It's like the concept of shared progress, concept of coming together, concept of us actually coming together to like get wealth or like prosper and everything. And that is the basis for the logo mark. And then of course we needed to pair the logo mark with a typeface. This typeface is skewed. But so we chose Mason New. And the idea for that is just to provide a lot of balance in the way that the elements appeared. So you have a logo mark that is very rounded in form, has this like roundedness to it. So it just makes sense for you to have contrast, right? So you have the typeface with very straight, jacketed edges, and everything just balances each other. And this is not the balance. This, sorry, I'll leave all of that. But and then you have the logo animation with the word mark. Just very simple. And then we now start defining color. So for color, we're trying to solve for three things: continuity, inserting the concept of people, and also making sure that what we are doing is expressive enough to capture the audience we're trying to really target. And then continuity. So Moni had this orange, and we decided that we wanted an high water of that. It's like we don't want to leave everything about what existed before behind, which was one of the things that the rebrand that I met had. It's like everything changed, black. There's no more excitement and everything. So we retained Moni's orange, but then we sort of tweaked the feel of the orange so that it could pair more with other colors. Because if you use this orange, it looks more like red. So this screen is not really rendering it well. It wouldn't pair well with some of the colors that we needed to introduce into the color system. So we tweaked that a little bit and arrived at this particular orange. And so orange as the base, and then we started to introduce warmer colors, or colors that we think are representative of the human experience of people. So you have hues of brown, right? And like I mentioned before, we had to tweak the saturation of the orange because we needed it to pair with these colors that we are adding, the browns, the beige, the peach. But we didn't want it to end at that, right? So this is where the expression comes in. So you have like a wider range of palettes, the greens, the blues, and these other colors. And so we have our color system that we think works. And it took a lot of trial and error. In some places, you probably find like two similar shades of beige and be wondering why do you need to have two of these shades? But trust me, they both have individual agendas that they are agending. So typography, I would say that it is tied down to this idea of saying what we are saying boldly with confidence. We are saying that if you come on the Moni app, we are going to change your life, in quotes. So it's like we are speaking with confidence, we are bold about what we are saying, we are sure that if you come on rank, if you become a part of the network, there's going to be a change in terms of your status. That sounds like preaching. But there's going to be a change, right? Distinction, expression. So yeah, we landed at Dazed, and like I mentioned, it has this bold outlook. Some of the features can feel quirky, right? For instance, the A looks very, very different. And I really, really wanted distinction because I felt like everybody in the markets, we had like this similar looking idea when it comes to like choosing typefaces. But I wanted something that would work, clarity, but still had a little bit of distinction to it. So you have letter marks like the A, the G, the entire typeface has this like grotesque feel to it. And I was like confident about it. And the crazy thing is that when I presented the first version of the identity, this typeface was the thing that resonated the most with people. I even had like people that were not necessarily like design centric commenting on the typeface. Oh, I like the typeface. It's bold. It's this. It's this. It really feels like how we should be in the market. So for me, it was just like a confidence booster. Even when I was having doubts, I wanted to like go to something very safe and simple. But so yeah, you have Dazed, right? And just an expression that just shows dazed in use. So iconography, back to the concept of the collective, right? So, the logo mark is different elements coming together, different idea of different people coming together. So I translated that into like an icon system that combines elements together. But the thing is, if I want to combine these elements and I put all the lines together, there's a tendency that you might not get the concept of it coming together. So there has to be like meeting points in the icon system. So you have this point that has like this, this point where the lines meet, and very synonymous to how the circles in the local mark also meet. So you have this iconographic system, and you can see how we've interpreted that into, thank you, interpreted that into like this set of elements. So for illustrations, I would say is more of an abstract attempt to interpret this concept of a flourishing world. If I have money, I want to do the most exciting things. I want to like travel the world, and I would assume that the average person here too wants to live like an exciting life that is full of colors. Even if you don't like color, if you wear black and white every time, you still want to have a life that is flourishing, life that is full of excitement. And I would say that is what we interpreted with our illustrative system. The illustrations are where the party is hard. So you have surreal references to to define a flourishing world that's exciting and full of life. So yeah, you have this system where we are really, really, really using color, vibrance, and saturation to depict this sense of excitement, like a place that is flourishing. And so yeah, you can see how we've tried to infuse it in all of the illustrations that we've made. So it's like heavy play on colors, heavy play on vibrancy, like I said, an abstract interpretation of a flourishing world. And many a times we use this landscapey element as background for the illustrations. I would have gone a bit into how we are thinking about art direction in terms of what this speaks to, but I will not stay too much on that. So then you have this ice cream illustration, which I love so much. Shout out to Samuel for doing the work on the 3D and motion. And here, this is just a representation of how we've used it for like different versions of the products, right? So you see, we've defined something, and I think the beauty for me is how we've been able to define it outside of particular frameworks. So there's like an overarching concept of illustration system that feels exciting, flourishing, and all. And yes, we have that. And then you now have frameworks of illustration that are distilled. So these are more compositions and would not necessarily like fit into every context. So you now need to like distill it into simple elements like this that can work for like the mobile app, but still retains that vibrancy and the colors that we really, really, really wanted to have. So photography is still a carryover of these excitements. I mean, we're talking about people, we're talking about prosperity, we're talking about connection. So it just makes sense that we snap people. And I mean, it's a jab at someone that said that the work was looking Western. We actually went out to take pictures, we built sets, we took models that will feel African so that you can regard it as African design. But yeah, all right. So shots of people in the best version of themselves, bright, human, expressive, and rich in color. And then you have, this is like when we were building the set. So Dare Ogonaike worked on the set design. I invited my friend Nehemiah for photography. We hired a stylist. We got our models, and I think we really, really like nailed it, honestly. I was a bit skeptical when we were going to do it because of the money we were asking from them. I was like, Omo, if I collect this money and I don't deliver, this might as well be the end of my contract. But I think we delivered. Even when we finished, Fem was like, I didn't know that you guys were going to be able to achieve what you put in the mood board. And this is one of the image. You can see it's like very exciting. It really, really speaks to what we are trying to like pass across. This you have this too, rich in colors. Yeah, it's just feels exciting. I think it really speaks to the concept of people coming together, community, people like you and me, and you have more pictures. I think we took like close to like 3,000 pictures, and we had to distill it into 60 pictures. We had a shoot from the first day of the shoot was from like 7 a.m. till 12:30 in the midnight. And we had to do another shoot. That's the next day, and that was like an outdoor shoot. So yeah, you have interesting images, more images, different set designs, really nice pictures. And it is the outdoor image. Shout out to Nehemiah again for really bringing the vision to life. Nehemiah is at the back wearing white and smiling like they are toasting him. But yeah, more of the pictures. And yeah, now to merchandise. And merchandise for us is not just a strategy to feel cool, like people would assume. It's actually like a strategy to really, really reach the people that we are trying to reach. It's an element of distinction for the brand. So merchandise is sort of very core to even the strategy of the brand in general, right? Trying to use it as a tool to reach our core audience, like the younger people. So we had done like this collage of merch, right? And we have presented it, and we're now wondering how we're going to bring it to life. You know Nigeria now, your dreams are not valid when it comes to merchandise. So yeah, we had all of this. So yeah, we now went to the production phase. So we did all the production in China, which is shout out to Rank again for spending money on photography. Sorry, trust me, no small money, spending a lot of money on merchandise. There's still like a set of merch that we're trying to clear from China currently, right? And then yeah, you have all of the material sampling, trying to get the caps right. For instance, this chenille patch like embroidery that is here, it was like overclouding the typography. So we had to like send it back to them and ask them to reduce the, the volume of the patch, right? And you have the keychain, the other caps, the duffel bag. And yeah, you can see some of the images of the merch. Jennifer, you are finally on the screen now. You can see yourself. So don't say I didn't do anything for you. So yeah, and then you have the jersey, the jacket. We're still going to show more of the merchandise in other places. And then we have applications, we come to products. I don't have so many screens because I felt like I'd have preferred that the product team really presented the work. So it was a lot of back and forth trying to make sure that the product really carries an iota of the brand, right? And I mean, it's still work in progress, but shout out to Ebuka that is doing such great work on the product. I personally think that the product will have a session of its own where it breaks down a lot of the work that has gone to it. Also shout out to Kayode. So Kayode worked with me on the first phase of interpreting the brand into products before Ebuka came in and sort of developed on what we have. And I think you should download the Rank app actually. There's been new updates. There are some things that are still updating, but you should check it out. And then yeah, I'm close to the end of the presentation, and I think that we achieved what I actually intended that we achieve. Infusing this idea of making prosperity common into the core of the brand, right? Establishing human connection as the core of the brand into our logo, all the elements, the color system, and how we are just like tying everything together. Another goal that I think that we achieved is like creating an overarching brand idea that can transcend the visual identity. So sounds so complex. But the idea is that I think that we've been able to create like an overarching concept. And that concept of togetherness, that concept of people coming together can flow out of even the designs into, for instance, the naming of this mixer, or like the naming of Rank's official event is called The Collective. And for the collective identity, you have like circles coming together. It's like a strain out of this overarching concept of commonality, making prosperity common. And for me, I think that was a success. And we've been able to create a brand that is truly, truly distinct with the way we've done the photography, the illustrations, and yeah. Another thing that was very, very key to the work was actually building an identity that can fit into culture or something that can build cultural capital. And the idea is because we'll be leveraging a lot of communities, leveraging on art communities, fashion communities, even the design mixer is like an outflow of our brand strategy. So it's very, very necessary that the brand that we have is able to fit into all of these places. If it's to look cool, we are looking cool. If it's to have a brand that is edgy and speaks to people like me, it can also like achieve that. So I'll do two things to close it up. I will scroll through the case study that we're working on and play the final brand reel. So I'll go there to scroll through the case study that is being developed. Shout out to everyone that worked on the project. Samuel, 3D, and I always call his name. He killed it. He really, really brought to life all the ideas we had. Shout out to Akin, who is our in-house director of photography, videos. Really, really killed it, extending the brand. Shout out to our head of marketing. The work that Daniel did for us, trying to clear money with finance. Every day they're always fighting. Say this money. I'll just be there doing like, I know they this one. But yes, and also Daniel was very much involved in defining the brand strategy because of course it's very important for marketing. Shout out to Tolu, brand designer on the team. always ready to work. Often Basi in absentia. Shout out to photography team, Nehemiah, the models, our stylists, Dari that worked on the set. I'm not missing anybody. Shout out to our content team. We are doing great work. Such great work. Shout out to Femi for giving us the room to fly and giving us money to do some of the things that we really wanted to do. So yeah, I'll just scroll through that. Thank you. I'll scroll through the work and also play the final video, and that will be